Science is awesome and I love it so. There's still lots and lots of things science don't know. There have been major discoveries throughout history, but this universe of ours is still one great big mystery. It'll be perfect and beautiful, it'll be testable and provable, and that's what I like. So science is awesome and I love it so. There's still lots and lots of things science don't know. There have been major discoveries throughout history, but this universe of ours is still one great big mystery.
And we're live!
Hey guys, it is Miss Berna.
And Mr. Pappas.
We're going to do experiment 3.4, boiling point of a liquid.
So here we have our setup. You're going to need two large test tube clamps, So here's our materials. Our lab is already set up. We have a large test tube here. We have a large test tube here. This one is secured by two large test tube clamps. This one by one large test tube clamp. And we have our tubing apparatus in a stopper that has a hole for a thermometer and a hole for the bent tube.
We've got a burner stand, and a beaker that is mostly full of water that our second large test tube is submerged in. We also are going to need a graduated cylinder, a thermometer, and some boiling chips. So our first step is going to be to measure out the assigned volume of liquid that our teacher told us. So measure out that looks about right. I'm going to double check. Okay, and then I'll pour that into this test tube. Along with 2 or 3 boiling chips.
Once you have your boiling chips in there, you can put your rubber tubing in your large test tube. Make sure your Bunsen burner is underneath the stand. You're going to want to take your thermometer and make sure it's on Celsius. And on your thermometer there's a rubber stopper here, so you can adjust the height of your thermometer in your test tube. You want your rubber stopper down towards the end of the thermometer. So when we put that in, there's only the tip of the thermometer right underneath the rubber stopper. So once you have your setup and you have your thermometer in there, you're going to turn your gold valve on, then turn your gas on. And then adjust your flame with the gold valve. Remember, you always want a low indirect heat when you're working with flames in the lab. Oh, and it went out. So Ms. Berna is going to give me light. Oh, there we go. And we're going to put this underneath our test tube in direct heat, and we're going to let that boil. So once you started your Bunsen burner, you're going to record the temperature every 30 seconds. So one of you guys will have a stopwatch while your partner records. And every 30 seconds you're going to yell time. And your partner is going to record the temperature. Then you're going to wait 30 seconds. And again, after another 30 seconds, you're going to tell them time. And your partner is going to record the temperature. And you do this for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes of recording your data, you're done with the lab. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take your rubber tubing out of your test tube. Once you've done that, take your Bunsen burner and turn off the gold valve. and then make sure your gas valve is pointing towards the sink. You're going to let that sit because it's really hot. Let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes, and then make sure you clean up everything and put it back where it belongs.